Most small apartment makeover projects focus on just one room and stop there. However, that's not the case with this project. Welcome to our channel, Inspo Decor. We'll explore 4 small rooms, starting with the living room, kitchen and dining room, then the bedroom, and finally the bathroom. Don't miss the next section, as we'll show you in detail the changes made in each room. Everything is based on 2 concepts: multifunctional furniture and color choices that make each room feel more spacious than its actual size without the need to renovate or tear down walls. It's all about smarter decisions, starting with furniture that can be completely hidden away when not in use. A Murphy wall bed is the single largest object in most small apartments, and it occupies that footprint 24 hours a day even though you only use it for 8. A wall bed folds vertically into a cabinet built against the wall, turning the entire bedroom floor into open, usable space the moment you fold it up in the morning. A wall bed frames come with attached side shelving or a fold-down desk built into the front panel, so the same unit works as a bed at night and a workspace or shelf during the day. This is the clearest example of multifunctional furniture on this whole tour: 1 object, 2 completely different rooms, depending on the time of day. Installation usually takes a professional a few hours, and most models are designed to be removed cleanly if you ever move out of a rental. An open-plan kitchen and dining area in a small apartment rarely has room for a full dining table that seats 4 people permanently. A fold-down table mounted directly to the wall solves this, staying flat against the wall as a narrow shelf most of the day, and unfolding into a full dining surface exactly when you need to sit down and eat. Pair it with folding or stackable chairs stored in a nearby closet, so the entire dining setup disappears completely between meals. This keeps the open-plan layout feeling genuinely open, rather than permanently narrowed by a table that only earns its keep for an hour a day. A hinged support bracket rated for the table's full weight matters more than the table's finish, since a wobbly table undoes the whole effect the first time you set a plate down. A coffee table usually just holds a few magazines and a candle, doing exactly one job in the small living room. A lift-top version raises to standing desk height and often opens to reveal internal storage, turning it into a laptop desk, a dinner tray table, or extra storage for blankets and remotes, depending on what the moment calls for. This single piece replaces what would otherwise be a separate desk and a separate storage cabinet, both of which a small living room simply doesn't have space for. Look for a table with a smooth hinge mechanism rather than a stiff one, since a table that's annoying to lift just stops getting used for anything beyond its flat position, no matter how useful it looked in the store. A small bathroom usually loses its little floor space to a bulky vanity cabinet that touches the ground on all sides. A wall-mounted floating vanity with a single storage drawer keeps the same function, sink, and storage, while leaving the floor beneath it completely visible and open. That visible strip of floor makes the entire bathroom read as larger the moment you walk in, even though the actual storage capacity barely changes. This completes the multifunctional furniture half of this tour, one thoughtful piece in every room, each one doing double duty instead of taking up space for a single purpose. Save this video now because the next 4 rooms use a completely different trick, color, not furniture, to make the same spaces feel twice as open. A small living room painted entirely in the same pale neutral can start to feel flat and forgettable rather than calm. One wall in a bright, warm color, a soft coral or a warm yellow, gives the room a focal point without darkening it the way a heavy dark color would in a small space. Keep the remaining 3 walls light, and let the furniture and textiles pick up smaller accents of that same bright color, a throw pillow, a vase, a single chair. This keeps the room feeling airy while still giving it a personality that an all-neutral living room never quite achieves on its own. A sample pot tested on the actual wall for a day or 2 beats trusting a paint chip under store lighting, since bright colors shift more than neutrals do once real daylight hits them. Upper cabinets in a small kitchen block sightlines and visually lower the ceiling, making the whole kitchen feel more closed in than it actually is. Replacing them with open shelving, painted in a bright accent color instead of matching the lower cabinets, keeps the wall visually lighter while still holding everything you need within reach. Style the shelves with a mix of everyday dishes and a few plants or ceramics in complementary colors, rather than packing them edge to edge. A shelf that's too full defeats the entire purpose of switching away from closed cabinets in the first place. Keep the bottom cabinets closed and matching the counters, so the bright color stays a deliberate accent up top rather than taking over the whole kitchen at once. A small bedroom dressed entirely in white or beige can look clean, but it can also look unfinished, like the room is still waiting for someone to actually move in. Swapping in one bright bedding set, a warm terracotta or a deep sky blue, against otherwise light walls gives the room warmth without making it feel smaller the way a dark accent wall might in a tight bedroom. Match the curtains to the same color family as the bedding, rather than leaving them a separate plain white, since that continuity is what makes a small bedroom read as styled instead of simply furnished. This is one of the least expensive changes on this entire tour, and one of the most noticeable. Out of all 4 rooms on this tour, which one needs a refresh in your own apartment first? Tell me in the comments. A small bathroom often gets the least design attention of any room in the apartment: plain white tile, a plain white curtain, nothing to look at beyond function. A vertically striped shower curtain in a bright color draws the eye upward the same way a tall bookcase does in a living room, making the ceiling feel higher and the room feel taller than it is. Pair it with one small bright towel or bath mat in a matching tone, rather than leaving everything else white by default. This is the smallest room on the entire tour, and also the cheapest to finish, proof that the bright color principle from this whole video scales down just as well as it scales up. For small rooms, 8 changes, and not one wall knocked down to make any of it happen. Furniture that works twice as hard, and colors that make every room feel like it has more room to spare. If this tour gave you ideas for your own apartment, subscribe for more small apartment makeovers every week, and tell me which room you're starting with. Thanks for watching.